Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Movie Chat with Rye and Ant. Today, we are going to take a bit of a break from Oscar nominees, and we're going to talk about a 2025 psychological thriller called Hallow Road, directed by Babak and Barry, and starring Rosamund Pike and Matthew Rhys. It was an interesting movie. I admire it in certain ways and don't admire it in certain ways. I don't think I can find a more eloquent way to say it.
That's fair enough. It was short and sweet, 80 minutes, including credits. That's It was. I thought it was going to be really because it's all in real time. It's almost entirely. Like from the moment they get the phone call to the kind of the last minute of the film, that is 80 minutes in this mum and dad's kind of timeline. I actually checked. There was one stage where, the phone is, I think it was I looked, the phone was at 2 minutes and 9 seconds, and that was 26 minutes 11 on screen.
Yeah,
and then it was 6 minutes and 35 seconds.
I was looking at the time on the phone as well.
The second. Yeah, that was very clever.
No.
I like the way they did that. That was, very, very well done. So
I like that. I like the way that it's a very minimalistic movie in the way that it's pretty much all of it. It's two actors in a car talking to each other, talking with their daughter on the phone, talking with a stranger on the phone, and that's it. Pretty much. And it keeps you entertained throughout. And this is where I admire good writing and very good acting from both of them.
Yes. And good directing as well, because obviously you've got this little claustrophobic little car, but just the way the camera works in the car, it can kind of have, it's the way they'll use the lenses, and they've obviously they've broken apart this car to make the movie, but it's just all those different points of view inside the car. It's very clever, but those acting from both of them are just extraordinary. Like there's obviously the scene where dad's just going, "We're not telling the boyfriend about it. And this is what you're doing. You listen to me." And then obviously Rosamund Pike's story about when she lost her patient. That's like, oh my God, that's actually really quite heartbreaking.
I mean, she's good in everything she does. It was why I picked the movie, because especially two movies that she has made, Gone Girl and I Care a Lot. She's just so excellent in it. She's a seal of quality on the movie. Usually, that even if the movie is terrible, which she actually never really chooses terrible movies, the acting is always going to be on point with her.
Yeah, definitely. And I like the fact that they got to use their natural accents as well. I actually didn't realize that Matthew Rhys was Welsh until I was watching this, and it's like, he's got a that's his accent. Because
it's funny because I think the last thing I've seen him in was the miniseries with Claire Danes that they released on Netflix, The Beast in Me, and he's doing an American accent. Now I think he must have more roles in his filmography where he puts on an American accent than playing with his natural British or Welsh accent, and so does Rosamund Pike. It's almost weird to hear them speak with a British accent. Like, oh yeah.
Now, should we get into, because we've spoken about I suppose the backside, the backside of this the backstory of it. We haven't really talked about what the film is, what the premise of the film is. Obviously, Maddie and Frank, they get a panicked 2 a.m. phone call from their daughter who they had a fight with a few hours ago. She thinks she's hit and killed somebody, and so they're rushing to go help her. And it's basically this hour and a bit kind of car ride where it's just focused on mum and dad. They're on the phone with her. That she keeps on cutting out.
Yep.
They're talking about, mum's helping her with CPR because she's a trained paramedic, and Alice, their daughter, goes, well, what happens next? What happens with the girl? Or the coroner will come and take the body, and the parents won't be able to see her. They're talking about Alice's future because she's just revealed she's pregnant. That's why she got into a big fight with them, and about what her future's going to be. And then all of a sudden, because obviously this girl's dead, and that she's hit, this strange couple appear and they start talking to her on the phone. And I didn't realize until after I watched the movie that was Rosamund Pike as well.
Yeah, I couldn't
this
tell.
Old woman on the phone who's you couldn't tell because it's just a very prim, proper. You can hear almost an age tone in the voice as well.
Yeah, it's definitely someone that
really...
you would picture. I was picturing somebody who is, I don't know, like in their 60s, like a mature couple. Definitely not Rosamund Pike.
I was looking up. Who's the actress who did this? Maybe it's just like a famous British celebrity, and it is a famous British celebrity. It's Rosamund Pike. And obviously, there's a lot of conversations about ownership of and taking responsibility. How far do parents go? Then obviously, the mum and dad get to the crash site. They find the dead body of the girl that Alice hit, but spoiler. It's Alice. Yep. Alice is the dead girl, and she's been... The question is, how long has she been dead? Has she been dead the entire time? Who knows?
Yeah.
Now, we'll get into the nuts and bolts of that whole shock ending. Was she dead the entire time?
I don't think so. I did not like the ending. I did not like where it took it, especially when, first of all, when the older couple starts talking on the phone, just how forward they were and very insistent and very, I don't know how to say it, maybe judgmental, or something was not right in the way that it doesn't sound like a real person or how someone would react. And then when, I don't know if this is when she's dragging the body or afterwards, Alice is saying, she's changing, her face is becoming mine or something like that. And this is where I said to myself, oh crap, they are going to pull the supernatural thing on the story. And you know how I feel about that. And it's look, I had a bit of a thought because I said it a few times on the channel. I'm not really crazy about when things just become supernatural because either you need a plot twist or because you don't know how to finish your story. So here is something supernatural and it's going to explain it all because we don't really know how to end it otherwise. I don't like when I get that in a screenplay. But then I reflected and I thought, okay, well, is it me? Is it just that supernatural is not my thing? And I was trying to think about movies that actually had a supernatural twist that I thought was very good. And I found two. I found The Sixth Sense and The Others with Nicole Kidman. Those two had a supernatural twist that I really liked because I felt that, yes, from the beginning, that has been set up to lead me to that twist. And it makes so much sense and it's so clever. This one, I didn't see it coming. It was two parents in a car. They had a fight with their daughter. She ran away. She got high in the forest. She stopped. She hit a girl and she's calling for help. And the parents are debating whether they are going to take the fall for it or not. And all of a sudden it becomes these supernatural things that it did not work for me.
And especially since there's no not as well as it could have, because there's no finality to it. There's no answer to the supernatural. Like with other films like The Sixth Sense and the others, yes, it added that supernatural element, but it added the supernatural element and you had the answer to the question, how is it supernatural? All right, Bruce Willis has been a ghost the entire time because he got shot at the beginning of the film. Sorry for that spoiler, but it's been 25 years. If you haven't seen The Sixth Sense,
if you haven't seen it,
that's on
suck.
you. Yeah, sorry, but but here, there could be the answer that, well, option one is that she either has been dead the entire time or died very early into the phone conversation, because she's obviously told them where she is and then she got cut off. Did she get hit and killed then? Because that way, at least, they know where they're going. Because otherwise, if she's been dead the entire time, how do they know where they're going? How do they know that she's on Hallow Road in Asphalt Forest? They don't know that because she's been dead. No. How has she told them that? Or it's added the supernatural element where it's the Irish folklore, because obviously the old woman who is the mother, who is Rosamund Pike's voice, she mentions throughout the conversation it's a very magical forest. There's fairies, and then obviously there's like Irish folklore where the fairies are they're making Alice kind of choose to repent and choose to accept what she's done, but she hasn't, so she's obviously going to suffer for it. But because we haven't been given those answers, it kind of you want the answer to the question. So I don't like it when movies don't give you the answer to the question, because yes, it's a clever plot device, and where you as the audience need to kind of make the educated guess for yourself. But in a medium of a film, you don't have a part two. You need to have that answer to the question in a film. I've always felt that a film needs to have a beginning, middle, and end. You can't have a beginning, a middle, and a little bit of the end. You need to kind of have the answer to the question. Otherwise, you're just wasting an hour and a half of your life.
Yeah. I agree.
I want to know why.
Yeah, and I want to know, I don't know. For me, the supernatural just didn't fit in there. Out. It's a cop-out. Yeah. This is really how it felt. And I also think it was a very hard movie to finish and to really stick the landing. Because, let's say there is no supernatural. They arrive to where she is and they find the couple and they found the girl and there is Alice. What's happening? There is a few scenarios that can happen. Either, I don't know, they kill the couple and then it's like even worse, or Alice is going to jail, or they accept the dad for the dad to take the fall, or I don't know, every ending that I can think of, at least, and maybe I'm just not a good enough screenwriter, will be disappointing. So this is why I feel that they took the supernatural route as a cop-out, because it's everything else that we can do, that we can think of, is underwhelming. Let's try and surprise the audience with bringing that plot twist. But it just didn't pay off, at least not for me. I'm guessing it must have paid off for the people that really enjoyed it. It just didn't do it for me.
Yeah. And it might just work for those people who understand Irish folklore, because I don't. But I'm not Irish, so.
But even before, I think the issue then is with the setup, right? Because if it's Irish folklore, first of all, they are not Irish. Nobody is speaking with an Irish accent, right? It's still in Britain, and that forest is also in Britain. It's not in Ireland, right? So you need to, I don't know, there is something that needs to set it up first to say, well, there is mystical things that happen in this forest where justice and reckoning is happening because of ancient land or something like that. Nothing is set up this way. It's just, it's Hallow Road. It's deep in the forest. This is where we used to go when she was a kid. And that's why she went there, because it's isolated and because she wanted to get high. That's all we have. It's not set up well enough.
Yeah. No, you're absolutely right.
I want to come back to the parents, because we're both parents to, not teenagers, not yet, but it's funny the way that both parents
they
are
act
actually
like it sometimes.
Yeah, true. Like, 11 going on 16. But both parents have different ways of reacting when the daughter is getting in trouble. Which one did you empathize or identify with the most?
Oh, good question. Oh,
the hard one. The dad is a bit more, yeah.
Oh, I feel like I'm a bit of a mixture. I feel like
really? Yeah.
I could be the one that my daughter would come to about problems, but then that protective nature, I've got that protective nature of the dad as well. So
yeah,
right, so I think I'm a bit of a mixture of the both, if I'm going to be honest.
Interesting.
Yourself?
I was on the mom side, like, really all the way.
Yeah.
I mean, I understand that dad is a lot more empathetic and he would do anything to protect his kid. And to a certain extent, I agree with that. But I feel that Alice has had chances over and over again throughout her life, and she hasn't made the right choices because she was enabled mostly by her dad, and her mom is the one coming with, no, you need a bit of a dose of reality that you can't get away with something that big. It's just not possible. This is not the way it is. You need to stop thinking just about yourself. You killed someone who had parents who people love. You can't just discard it just because you're scared of what's going to happen to you. I was really all the way, like, with the mom. It's very hard, and I almost feel like, I don't know, a heartless parent, but this is how it felt in the moment.
That's fair enough, yeah. Is there anything else you'd like to bring up on this one?
No. I'm good. How about you? You good?
Yeah, I think I've exhausted all of my notes as well. Should we get into our scores?
Let's do it. I'll start. I give it a 3.5 out of 5. I enjoyed it because it was minimalist, because the writing, the direction, the performances were very good to keep you entertained, and it was gripping. But the ending and the supernatural elements just took me out of it. And what could have been such a good movie with, I don't know, a bit of something else just turned into, I'm glad I saw it. I will recommend for people to see it because it has very good things in it, but the ending doesn't do it justice. How about you?
Yeah. You pretty much hit the nail on the head with me as well. 3.5. Just, I liked, just the technical aspects of it, even to the fact that the lack of score. There's really not much of a score. It's just all diegetic sound until, like, they're on the phone with the old lady. There's kind of a bit of a eerie score underneath, but it's all kind of just very quiet, and you like, there's parts where it's just there's no conversation, where you can just kind of hear the car driving, and it's just, that was very well done. That ending, you kind of explain your ending a bit better. If you're going to have it one way or another, just give us the answer. Just so 3.5 out of 5 from me as well. Nice. I just want to know. I'm not that clever. I need to be told these things.
Cool. Well, here you go. That was our discussion about Hallow Road. Still recommend, still watch it. Please let us know if you have seen it, what you thought of it in the comments. Maybe you had a different interpretation of the ending. Let us know. We'd love to hear it. Please subscribe, comment, share, like, everything. That really helps with the algorithm. And we'll talk next week.